What are you doing?
What do you mean? I told the Uber Eats guy to follow the light.
You mean he doesn't have our address?
No, he said he couldn't find it. So I told him, look, I got a beacon, just follow the light.
Well, I think that light's bright enough.
Yeah, I think this Javelot Turbo is gonna do the trick. What's going on, guys? Sean and Kelly from OlightStore.com, and we are back with another video about our Black Friday 2020 promotion, and that is on the brand new Javelot Turbo. Now, if you're familiar with the Javelot series, the Javelot Pro was previously our flagship long distance light, but we decided to make it even better, and these are up to 40% off during our Black Friday sale.
Now, before we get into all the details on the Javelot Turbo, we're going to give one of these away. All you guys need to do is subscribe to this channel, like this video, and in the comments below, let us know what you're going to purchase during our Black Friday sale.
So now let's get into all of the upgrades for the Javelot Turbo and why you have to pick one of these up during our Black Friday sale. Now, the unboxing for the Javelot Turbo is a little bit different than our other lights because just like the Javelot Pro, they come in these really awesome, just hard shell cases, but it does have this little bag on here when you first get it, and that says congratulations and welcome to the Olight family. Enjoy the longest distance Olight ever made. It's not just a flashlight, it's an Olight absolutely. So we'll pull these out of the bag. We got one right there. We'll pull the other one out as well. And just look how awesome that case is, guys. They're very, very nice. And the case themselves, they got the little handle on here. And also, it even has a little depressurizer here. So if you do take the light to a really high elevation, you can actually depressurize the case itself, allowing it to be easier to open at higher elevations. Just a cool little value add there. So we'll go ahead and open these up. So there's the black one right there. And there is the tan one right there. They do come with little holsters here if you do want to put it on your hip, maybe at the campsite or when you're out in the woods, anything like that. It does come with the MCC3 charging cable. A huge advantage of this over the Javelot Pro is it can use just our standard magnetic charging cable versus the larger proprietary one that came with the original Javelot Pro. So whatever chargers you have, even for your EDC lights like the S1R2, small stuff like that, you can still use it to charge the big Javelot Turbo here. Now, a couple things that you have to do with the Javelot Turbo when you first get it is take off the film here on the front, and also you're going to unscrew the head from the handle, and you're going to remove that little yellow insert there, which we put in there for shipping purposes. Screw that back on, and we are fully operational. One thing you definitely want to do as well is throw this on the magnetic charger to make sure it is fully charged and ready to go. Again, due to shipping regulations, we cannot ship these lights out with a full charge, so definitely throw it on the charger before you take it outside for the first time. Now I'm going to bring in the Javelot Pro and show you some key differences between the Pro and the Turbo. Now the first thing is the fact that it actually is longer. You're getting all of that new functionality with the new tail cap there on the Turbo, so that is making the tail cap a little bit longer. I mean, it's a long light anyways, so just a little bit extra there shouldn't really make a difference in terms of the way that you carry it or store it, but you are able to use the locking remote switch on the Turbo, and also it has that better tail switch there that's a little bit raised up, making it a lot easier to press. Another big difference that you're going to notice is the fact that the actual bodies themselves look a lot different. And that's because in order to increase the run times with the turbo, we have 21 700 cells here in the body of the turbo versus the 18 650s in the body of the Pro. And we definitely changed the milling itself in order to not increase the diameter of the body. So you can see here the actual peaks and the valleys of the knurling right here on the Javelot Pro is going to be a lot higher and more aggressive versus the more shallow type here on the Turbo. So that allows us to keep a similar diameter to the Pro, but you still get some really nice grip on it. I think that was the right move with using the larger cells. Also, you can see that the milling itself on the head is different. You're going to see these two lines right here, and this is more of like an oval shape cutout right here. And this is going to be more of a rectangle block style there, and you're not getting the two lines, you're getting just the one line there. So just a little bit different. Now in terms of the lines on the tail cap right here, you're going to see that there's a larger space in between the lines on the Turbo compared to the Pro. The knurling on the Pro right here is a lot more aggressive feeling, but honestly in terms of grip, I think they're just as good. And here's just a close-up of the different tail switches. So we have the Turbo there on the left, Pro on the right, and you can see that this one is just flat and smooth right here. It's a little harder to get your thumb in there for sure versus the raised version here, and then that also allows you to be able to use that smaller charging cable like the MCC3 that it comes with. Now beyond just the design changes, the most crucial upgrades are going to be for performance and run times. So let's go ahead through some of the huge advantages of the Javelot Turbo compared to the previous Javelot Pro. The candela of the previous Javelot Pro was 291,600, which is fantastic for a thrower. But when we're going up to the Javelot Turbo, it's actually 422,500. That is a 130,900 increase over the previous Javelot Pro. And what that means is the intensity of that hotspot when you're actually shining it on something that's far away is going to be much brighter and much more intense, and we will show you that in the beam comparison. Now it might be hard for the camera to even pick it up because this beam is going to be so far away, but there is the Javelot Turbo's beam. It is a really nice cool white compared to the previous Javelot Pro, which I will show you here soon. But I am shining a tree that is easily 100 yards away, and I can see it really well. We've got a really nice kind of outer edge right here to the beam, so you got that really tight, intense hotspot, and it fades nicely to the outer edge with that long and deep smooth reflector that the Javelot Turbo has. But I'm really impressed not only with the enhanced performance, but also just the beam itself being a nicer cool white compared to the darker, more yellow type of the Javelot Pro. Now here is the Javelot Pro. You're gonna see it's more of a yellowish beam, and it is actually less intense on that tree, but you can see that the beam itself has a little bit more flood going to the total outside of the beam itself. So it's as if the Javelot Turbo is more intense with that higher candela in the very center, but with the Javelot Pro, you're getting a little bit more flood to the beam itself. So personally, for just a straight up thrower, I would prefer to just have that really high candela intensity on what I'm trying to look at in the center of the beam, but you are getting a little bit more flood to the throw with this Javelot Pro. Let's go back to the Turbo and I'll show you there. So yes, the actual center of the beam is much more intense with the Turbo. I mean, it's a lot brighter in the center of the beam. So you are getting that higher candela, but a little bit less flood on the outside of it compared to the Javelot Pro. So that should give you some more perspective. You're getting more candela on the center hotspot, but a little bit less of a bright beam going all the way to the outer edge. And here is another comparison to the Javelot Turbo. So right here is the Warrior X Turbo that we recently came out with for the Elite sale. And you can see that really tight center hotspot there on the tree all the way down there. Again, it's easily 100 yards away. And then here again is the Javelot Turbo. So yes, it definitely is more intense here on the tree, but in terms of the shape and actual profile of the beam, I would say that the Javelot Turbo is more similar to the Warrior X Turbo than the Javelot Pro. The Javelot Pro and the Javelot Turbo's beams are very, very different in terms of the shape, the way that the light is actually filling up the hotspot. And they're very similar in terms of the actual way the beam looks, but of course the Javelot Turbo is going to be just a more intense concentrated hotspot. Now let me give you an example of the runtime differences between the previous Javelot Pro and the new Turbo. Now they both actually feature the exact same low mode, which is 15 lumens. But for the Javelot Pro, it's 192 hours of runtime at that 15 lumen mode. For the Javelot Turbo, it's 318 hours instead. That is a 126 hour increase in runtime on the exact same lumen setting. And part of that is because this actually has 21700 cells in the battery pack, which is 10,000 milliamps, versus the 18650 battery packs that are in the Javelot Pro. So not only is the beam itself way more intense with that much higher candela, but also you're getting substantially better run times, which is two things that you guys really want. Now another awesome advantage of the Javelot Turbo compared to the previous Javelot Pro is the entire tail switch design. Now this actually features our newest design where the actual switch itself is raised higher, allowing you to be able to use it with things like gloves on, especially now that we're getting into winter. It does have these three little raised prongs around the switch itself too, so you can actually tail stand it if you would like, and that also allows the light to be magnetically charged.
Now, speaking of charging, the Javelot Pro used its own larger size charging disc, which means it couldn't be charged with any of the other chargers that you had with your EDC lights. Now, with the new tail cap design on the Javelot Turbo, it's actually going to charge with the MCC3 Smart Charger. Now, these are coming with all of your newer EDC lights, which means you can charge any of your lights, also your new Javelot Turbo.
The next awesome part about this tail switch design is that it does actually work with our locking remote switch. So if you want to mount your new Javelot Turbo to not only a rifle, but maybe a golf cart or any way that you actually want to set this up, you can do that and have access to a remote switch with the Javelot Turbo. And a cool thing that we're doing specifically for this Black Friday sale is one of the 40% off bundle options that we're doing actually includes a matching remote switch and a Picatinny rail mount for your Javelot Turbo.
Now you can get each of the Javelot Turbos by themselves for 30% off. The black by itself is $160.97, and the Desert Tan is going to be $167.97. Remember, the Desert Tan is a limited edition, so it is always a few dollars more. Now, of course, it's Black Friday, so we are going to have some bundles available for you. Now, you can get the black Javelot Turbo with the black O Pen 2 at 40% off for $167.94. If you want to do the Desert Tan with the black O Pen 2 at 40% off, it's going to be $173.94. Now, the second bundle option that we have available is going to come with the Picatinny rail mount and a color matched pressure switch. For the black Javelot Turbo with the mount and the switch is going to be 40% off, which is going to be $165.51. Now for the Desert Tan with the mount and the pressure switch is going to be at 40% off, $171.51. Thank you so much for watching the overview video of the new Javelot Turbo.
I've always been a huge fan of the Javelot Pro, and I think that everyone should have a long distance thrower in their flashlight collection. And the fact that we have some really meaningful, really awesome upgrades with the Javelot Turbo makes it that much better. The Candela is substantially better, so that beam intensity is going to be a lot better. Also, it's got a nicer, cooler white beam, so it just honestly looks better. That locking remote switch is really cool. The fact that it's our new design where it's easier to press, especially with gloves on, and the fact that it runs off 21700 batteries, giving you way better run times. I mean, just the list goes on, guys. The upgrades are substantial, and this is definitely something that you need to get, not only if you don't already have a thrower, but even if you have a Javelot Pro, it's worthwhile to get the upgrade while it's 40% off during our Black Friday sale.
And just a reminder, the 40% deals on these lights start November 25th at 8 p.m. Eastern and run through November 30th at midnight.
And do not forget to enter to win one of these Javelot Turbos in this video. To enter, all you have to do is subscribe to this channel, like this video, and put one comment down in the comments section letting us know what you're going to get during our Black Friday sale. Now, the Javelot Turbo is legit, and that is a huge giveaway, so make sure to do those few simple things to try and win one.
So click on the link in the description and head over to olightstore.com to see not only the deals on the Javelot Turbo, but everything else that we have on sale for our Black Friday sale.